Thank you very much. My name is Blessing Manale. I'm Head of Communications for the Department of Tourism, the National Department. September is Tourism Month, we are just a few days from September. Tomorrow is the last day of August as we finish Women's Month. We have decided to come through to CULLINAN and to Refilwe to come and launch our Tourism Month this year. Every year we pick up a theme, and the global theme for this year was rural development and tourism. Our focus is on small towns and villages and dorpes, but those areas got high tourism potential, and with the history of CULLINAN, we thought that it would be the right place to come to. We starting the morning with a very great bicycle ride from Destiny Lodge, where we are staying with a number of national media and our guests. We want to show them a tour of the township. We would visit the Refilwe Hostel, which is one of the oldest hostels this part of the country.
My name is Peterson Mahlangu. I'm going to be your tour guide. We'll start off the tour here by visiting the hostel, the community hostel, built in 1976. It was for the mine workers. And across, it was a police station, but now it's municipal offices. And at the corner there, it's municipal offices built in 1983. And at the corner, it's got the church. So everything was built around this center so that it would be easy for the police in those days, when they want to raid, the police is just across the hostel. Now the hostel in 1994, it was converted to a family unit. So it's no longer mine workers, it's ordinary South African citizens that stay with their families there. Some of the units are 3-bedroom, others are single rooms. So in those days, what they did, other mine workers will stay in the single room and share a communal area. That'll be your kitchen and the living area. But now it's only people that live in there, no longer mine workers. Refilwe, it was established in 1975 by the descendants of the mine workers. When the mine started in 1903, that is Premier Transvaal Diamond Mine, today is called Petra Diamonds. They've employed people mainly from 3 former homelands: Leboa in Limpopo, Transkei and Ciskei in the Eastern Cape. So people from Limpopo or Leboa, they were not happy about the conditions in the hostels. They've asked the mine to give them a piece of land that they can call home. The negotiation between the Transvaal government and Leboa Tribal Authority to say, our people need piece of land in your area. Then 250 houses were built, including the hostel. Later on in 1979, the Don Fraser Hall was built, named after the former mine manager, Mr. Don Fraser. So now the hostel is owned by the council. Refilwe is part of Greater Tshwane Metro. It used to be a former Nukensa Taimane local municipality under Mitsweni district. But with the merger with the city of Tshwane, Refilwe was incorporated into the city, and Tshwane is the third largest city in the world, after Tokyo in Japan. Over 6,400 square kilometers in landmass, population of over 3.1 million people. And we have the oldest university in the country, that's UNISA. It started in Cape Town. It was University of Good Hope, and it was moved to city of Tshwane, over 150 years old. We're known as the innovation hub of Africa because of the CSIR for scientific research, Honestep Board for veterinary research, and I've got big universities including Pretoria University and Tshwane University of Technology. So in terms of education research, we are number 1.
We would also take time to do some community work with the Deputy Minister of Tourism, Dr. Fish Mahlalela. Deputy Minister, this is the hosted media. We've got a variety of travel media, the people that are just interested in places. Then, of course, we brought in the socio-economic writers that could tell you the political stories, the economic benefits, the social benefits of tourism, so that we've got community media here, and then we've got magazines that are focusing on tourism from Limpopo, Mpumalanga. So these are all the people that you need to sell the destination to, or you can sell so that they can go and sell them. Otherwise, Deputy Minister, you are also welcome to this media launch. It's a 2-day program. The Minister will be joining with the rest of the Gauteng team tomorrow. So today you are here with the Deputy Minister and ourselves. And once again, you're welcome, Deputy Minister. You can...
No, thanks very much. Good day, colleagues. As Blessing is saying, it's not a media launch today. The media launch will be done by the Minister tomorrow. What we are doing today is to check the environment around and satisfy ourselves the extent to which we are able to kickstart the tourism month. As you know, we'll be starting our tourism month, fortunately, something that we have been praying all along, that we pray that by the time we reach September, at least some element of tourism should be open, should be up and running. And our wish has been honored. At least we have started operating domestic tourism. And it is our belief that through domestic tourism and making sure that our people do come out and travel, we'll be able to lay a good basis and foundation for international tourism when it comes back, which we don't know when is it going to come back. So don't ask me when the borders are going to be open, because I don't know. As you know, that the management of the COVID-19 is informed by the risk-adjusted strategy, which is informed by the Department of Health on the basis of the advice from the advisory team that is advising the Minister of Health. And then, so in terms of the levels, that this level, we all know that tourism as a whole will officially be, in totality, be operational at level 1. And we hope that and believe that the South Africans are able to behave in a manner that reduces the virus. We reach at a stage where we can confidently say that we are managing the virus in a very satisfactory way. We can be able, therefore, government can be able then to say, how then do we adjust the strategy to then go to level 1. But for now, we're in level 2, domestic tourism. We're launching tourism month. So what we want you to assist us in marketing South Africa and mobilizing South Africa as a whole to come out in their houses, in their homes, and travel and see this beauty of our country and enjoy it because it belongs to them. So that by the time we open everything to international market, we are able to have a resilience, a sector that is running on its own by South Africans. So the theme of the year, as you all know, it's rural development and tourism.
I would visit Lishidi, home for children, but then importantly we want to understand the economy of the place and also leave an impact on it. So we'll visit the slime dam and see whether you could not do anything about the small mountain or the small hill there. Probably see whether we cannot bring in a hiking investment, but also take people to the, with COVID, the mine tours are closed, but take people to the diamond mine to understand this great mining town that everybody speaks about internationally. But then we'll also go to the social amenities. We will visit Shalas, which is a popular hangout where we can have lunch and understand how the taverns industry. There's been a lot of noise about the restaurants simply because they are called restaurants, but actually taverns are the same things. You serve food, you serve good wine, you listen to good music. We'll also take people through the experience. But the most important thing is that when you are done, people need to look at Refugio differently. We have brought in our ambassador, Presley Chwenyagai, as you know, that the series The River, which is on our DSTV pay channel, is being shot from here. So we want to actually show that the Refilwe is not an imaginary place. It's real people, real lives. So the site is amongst people, and then we hope that through that more people will feel safer to come here, particularly local tourists. Somebody is tired of the concrete jungle of Pretoria or Johannesburg. Drive, have lunch. I've seen a lot of bikers driving into the town. So it looks like something can grow out of this. It's already growing, and make sure that it retains its glory as a small town of high tourism value. We would also have on Monday the official launch by the Minister of Tourism, Mamoloko Kuba Ngubane. As she closes off Women's Month, she'll host a number of women in tourism.
Ka au mafoko minister ke ro amogetse mo CULLINAN. Ke a leboga baitse.
It's a new way of doing things. It's a new normal. It's going to take a lot of efforts for us to ensure that we can, as much as possible, give comfort to South Africans that indeed it is safe to leave their homes. Let me take this moment as well to pay tribute to all the women who have joined us here today, but also the women in our sector, the women in the country, as today is the last day of the Women's Month, that these young boys were violated as young boys, and they grew up in our communities having not said what they've gone through, and perhaps, or maybe, some of them becomes perpetrators of gender-based violence. These are the conversations we must continue to have in our communities. We must encourage opening up, talking, because in that way, we could be saving somebody else's life. So as we end Women's Month, let's remember the difficulties women are facing, continue to lend a hand, and continue to provide the support, and creating conducive environments in our own areas, as ministers in our own departments, as members of the communities who are leaders in any way, or even as managers who are leading people. This media launch, ladies and gentlemen, marks the kickstart or kickoff of various series of tourism events across the country. This will happen during this month of September, starting from tomorrow. You will see quite a number of MECs, quite a number of various stakeholders taking efforts, activities to showcase what we have in this country and celebrating our tourism month.
She'll host women in jazz, and she'll basically say to South Africans, this is Heritage Month, this is Tourism Month, here are the specials, these places will be open for free, visit and enjoy your country. But most importantly, the purpose is to show the world that we are ready once again to welcome tourists into every bend and corner of the country. And we hope that through this visit, we will inspire South Africans to visit again. But it will also make the people of Refilwe of CULLINAN love it as a place that tourists love it. Because once they start seeing that people are coming here, they'll keep it cleaner, they'll keep it crime-free, they'll invest in car washes, they'll invest in other things that tourists want to see. So we are very thankful, we are very welcome, very well. We are told it's one of the towns or the townships with the lowest crime. We have seen it. There is a saying in the tourism sector that says tourism is government-led, industry-driven and community-based. Indeed, as government would lead, and I think the first step was to say that Refilwe is a place to be. And today we're just doing that. But would actually prefer to work with the Chamber of Commerce, and I think that we've invited the CULLINAN Chamber of Commerce to the launch tomorrow. And you don't have to form structures to make things happen, because sometimes we get caught in institutions. We were talking to the tour guides to say that the first pill to making tourists come is when the tour operator or the tour guide says, I will take you there. And we've been saying to the tour guides, can you write this into your itinerary?
Lots of bones, because it's for two people. And as you can see here, there's bones from animals. So normally be goat, So they take certain bones or certain parts of bones on the goat. We've got shells, seashells, called the ancestors will show them which bones to collect. Eh.
When we tell you that we've got 40 Chinese or 40 European visitors coming here, when you draw them the itinerary, include Refilwe. And that is the first thing we're going to do. But it is to also start doing basic things like the brown signs. That says, there is Shala's place, go to Shala's place. There is this is the home of the river. It's about branding the place rather than... A lot of people are tired. I don't want to get out of my house to go and visit a mall. A mall is where I go to shop. I need to be able to go there. We're all staying in flats, in high-rise buildings. Some of us just miss touching the soil.
The Nukeng offer a Big 5 game reserve, the only city in the world that has a game reserve in its borders. So you can experience a game drive on a safari vehicle or self-game drive. In the Nukeng, the game reserve itself, it has over 250 lodges, from self-catering to 5-star lodges. You can do bicycle ride inside there, bush walks, and but hunting is not allowed. So the Nukeng is the place to be if you want to come out for a weekend with a family or with your spouse or as friends.
So we've got to sell Refilwe for its unique offering. Don't try to make Refilwe Soweto or Umlazi or Kaelicha, because a lot of South Africans, when you speak of township tourism, they only speak of Soweto or Umlazi or the big township, the mega township. And we think that small townships like Refilwe should be able to draw that. We just have to make sure that the tour operators give out the right packages. If somebody was prepared to spend 300 rand at lunch at a restaurant I can't mention, they should be able to come to Shala's to have 120 rand lunch. And we're going to be talking, the first thing is to talk to the operators to say that we'll subsidize some of these tours. So that if you think that is going to cost you more money, you can always pay for the 4 other attractions. The 5th one the department subsidizes. People will know that the Refilwe is there and will be pumping it. So when we say hashtag I love Refilwe, hashtag I love Cullinan, they know what we're speaking about. And it can only be with the help of you guys in the media, you sending the right stories.
Ode to the freshman girlfriend, whose optimism was buttermilk at the breakfast table, turned sour. For a boy who my face and my body were not pretty in the way he preferred, so I baked my body into a buffet, a pie. He could clump into, sample, take a slice of what he liked. Eyes like flies, all the maggoted compliments I swallowed, because somewhere this must be a delicacy, and somewhere I must be really, really lucky. Though not Christian enough to pray for, not even trophy enough to pay for, I've spent half of high school trying to get this boy to like me. Now I'm spending half of this year trying to get over him, and that girl has been dead for weeks now, and everybody keeps asking me to conjure up her ghost. Ode to the slut. Freedom is knowing your hip is a hinge. Use your own body at your own discretion and will. Seek your own pleasures. What lies between your thighs is a man's genesis. So how dare he spit upon scripture? To all the women who have been propped up, pried open, and jade opposed, I'm sorry there was no funeral for the going out of your smile and the coming in of strangers. To all the women who have been called beppers, hoes, and skanks. What's in a name but a whole lot of rape culture? What's a slut anyway but a pimp in sheep's clothing? Ode to the poet. On my best days, she is all that I am. On my worst days, she is all that I hope to be.